Hi, my name is Alan, and I'm 25 years old. I'm going to tell you the story of how the people in my life ruined everything for me, playing me like a puppet at their hands. Before we get into that though, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel to show your support to me. My story starts from the time when my dad left the country 4 years ago. I had just graduated from college and was looking for a job. My dad was a businessman, and he often traveled abroad for his business trips. I was used to not having him around, so this time was nothing new for me either. I found a decent job in a company, and even met a girl named Elaine. It didn't take much time for Elaine and me to start dating. Everything was going well for me. And to be honest, I almost forgot the existence of my dad while he was away. We barely talked once or twice a month. And I had lost my mom a long time ago. So there wasn't anyone else in my family to keep in touch with. Anyway, Elaine and I were going strong, and we were even planning to get married soon. It was around this time that my dad returned to the town after 4 years. And this time, things were different, because he didn't come back alone. He came along with his new wife and stepdaughters. I was okay with everything because I had no right to interfere in his matters, but there was a thing that puzzled me a lot. His wife Samantha and his stepdaughters, who were triplets, seemed to be of the same age. If Samantha was their mom, then how was it possible? Actually, I adopted the triplets before marrying your dad, Samantha told me. They're just a few years younger than me, but I still treat them as my daughters. As if that made any sense. Something seemed to be very fishy here. And again, none of this would have mattered to me if they had left me alone. Ever since they joined my family, they made my life a nightmare. No, they were not like the evil stepmothers and sisters that we all know of. They were more twisted and weird. They constantly used to follow me around and hit on me every chance they got. And I'm not just talking about the triplets here. Even my stepmom Samantha was involved. As for my dad, he had left for another business trip after dumping his wife and daughters on me. "Wow, Alan, you're very good looking," Samantha said one day. "You must be quite popular with girls, huh?" "It doesn't matter," I replied. "I'm already dating someone, and I plan on marrying her." "What? But you're still so young," Samantha protested. "You shouldn't rush with such things. Who knows, you might find someone else. I mean, look at my daughters. They're not so bad themselves. And they seem quite interested in you." Whoa, wait, I cut her off. "What the heck are you talking about? You call them your daughters and still try to hook them up with your stepson? At least think before you speak. I'm not interested in dating the girls who are like sisters to me." "Well, they aren't technically my daughters," she shrugged, "so you don't have to worry about that. And if you're not interested in them, then how about me? I'm sure I'm better than your girlfriend at least." I stood up from my seat and gave her an incredulous look. "Are you crazy? You're freaking married to my dad! And why are you so against my girlfriend? Please, leave me alone. I can make my own decisions." I walked away after that, because I couldn't bear to see her face any longer. What kind of insane woman had Dad married? To be honest, I had my doubts since the beginning. Why would he just bring her here and then leave? What was he planning? Even after that day, Samantha still kept chasing after me, and sent the triplets to flirt with me quite often. It was a headache to tell them off every day. Not to mention, whenever I invited Elaine over, they all behaved very rudely. It was clear that they were trying to scare her away. But I had already warned her about them, so she didn't react much. One day, I was leaving the house to go and meet Elaine, when Samantha called me from behind. "What?" I asked irritably. "Where are you going on a Sunday? Won't you spend some time with us?" she asked sweetly. "No, I have to meet my girlfriend," I replied. "So you're going to ditch your family for her?" I scoffed. "One moment you say that you're my family, and the next, You said that you're technically not my family, so I should think about dating you. Why don't you make up your mind first?" I left before she could reply. But, of course, I should have known that she wouldn't let me leave so easily. As soon as I got inside the elevator, the triplets came rushing in too. "What the heck?" I exclaimed. "Can't you take another elevator? It's getting too crowded with you." "Come on, Alan, don't be like that," Brooke, one of the triplets, replied. "We're also going somewhere." Ugh. I stood in a corner and kept my mouth shut, trying to avoid them as much as I could. But Brooke suddenly asked to borrow my phone to make a call. I wish I'd never listened to her. As soon as I gave her the phone, she dropped it, and Lisa, the second triplet, stepped on it to complete the damage. "Oh, I'm so sorry," Lisa apologized, not sounding sorry at all. "I'll buy you a new phone, Alan. I'm so sorry." I was doing my best to control my temper, but that didn't work for long, because the elevator suddenly came to a stop and everything went dark and quiet. Suddenly, realization struck me. This had to be their plan. Samantha sent them in the elevator right after me so that she could trap me like this. And they even did that to my phone on purpose so that I couldn't call anyone. Just what were they planning? "Oh no!" Brooke exclaimed. "Looks like we're stuck." "Uh-oh," Lisa chimed in, placing a hand on my shoulder. "Then instead of getting bored, shouldn't we do something fun?" Wow, weren't they too calm for someone who was stuck? It was so obvious that it was all part of their acting. Well then, since it'd come to this, I had no option but to play along. "Oh, God, I don't feel good," I said, clutching my head. "I always feel suffocated in elevators and getting stuck like this. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna get sick." "What?" Brooke exclaimed. "What is happening to you?" I placed a hand over my mouth. "Oh, I don't know. Oh, I feel like throwing up." "Oh, what the heck? Ew!" Lisa jumped away. "Hold it in. You can't do that here." "I'll suggest you stay away. Oh, and give me space to breathe. Oh, if you don't want to make it worse," I said. "And find some solution to get out of here. Or else it could be a problem." I was pretty sure they had their phone hidden somewhere. Now, they had no choice but to contact Samantha and get me out. And, as I had thought, Lisa fished out her phone and texted someone. And minutes later, the elevator started again and the doors opened. I got out and turned around to give them a smirk. "Try something better next time," I said. "You know, a lot of things make me throw up, including the faces of some people." A few days passed after that, and I decided not to delay things anymore. Elaine and I were finally getting married. Obviously, I didn't inform my so-called sisters and stepmom, but they found out. They're not even invited, but they still crashed my wedding. Well, I thought that they couldn't do anything, since I was immune to their antics now. But Samantha used her trump card this time, ruining everything to me. She called my evil ex to the wedding. My ex was a super possessive and jealous gold digger, and she was more than happy to ruin my wedding. She walked right up to me and started insulting me, accusing me of things that I had never even done. Then, she turned to Elaine and called her names too. And she caused a lifetime worth of drama in front of all the guests. In the end, we had to call off the wedding. Elaine left in tears, saying she needed time to think and clear her mind. While I was left to suffer with my so-called family. As I was thinking about leaving and reporting everyone to the police, my dad made his grand entry. And the first thing he did was bring me to the side so that he could talk to me. I thought that maybe he would support me or stand by me and help me get through this. But nope, it was here just to give me another shock. "Since we're already here, why don't you marry one of the triplets?" he asked shamelessly. "To be honest, they're the heirs of a rich family, and the reason Samantha adopted them was so that we could acquire their company, wealth, and property. It took a lot of hard work to bring them here, and get them interested in you. All I'm asking you is to marry for the sake of my business. You won't disappoint me after coming this far." right? What the actual heck? I snapped. You manipulated those girls so that you could trap them in a marriage and get their wealth? Everything was fake? What about that Samantha? Is she your fake wife too? No, she's really married to me. But we did it only for our mutual benefit. Both of us are going to get a lot out of this deal. All that is left to do is for you to marry one of the triplets. And then, our future will be forever secure. It's simple, right? Wow. Who was this man? I felt ashamed to be related to him. Moreover, the triplets who I hated so much, somehow I pitied them now. It looked like they had no idea what they were being used for. What could I possibly do now to fix everything?